Once there was a man who had a lot of friends and a lot of opinions. Sometimes he was right and sometimes he was wrong, but right or wrong, he was always very sure of himself. Sitting around one night with some friends, he talked about this and that, and it got to be quite late. It was midnight, and midnight is a time when people begin to think about ghouls and witches and ghosts. The man didn't believe in ghosts. He didn't think much of witches. He laughed at ghouls. He wasn't afraid of anything, especially anything that didn't exist. All right, his friend said, if you know so much, why not prove it? All right, the man said, I'll prove it. Just tell me how. Well, one of the man's friends said, I happen to know about a haunted house. And if you've got the nerve, how about sleeping there for just one night? The man didn't even have to think about it. I will, he said. I will, and I'll prove to you that all this business about ghosts just isn't so. There was no sense in waiting. They decided that night was just the night. When it comes to ghosts, any dark, windy night will do. Any dark, windy, rainy, thundery night will do very well. They brought the man to the house, an old, dark, tumbling down house. They opened the front door. And they said, sleep well. Oh, he told them, I'll sleep very well, and I'll see you in the morning. We hope so, they told him, but they left him a pistol, just in case. The man took it with a smile. Guns are no good against ghosts, he said. Now, the man knew enough to understand what all the sounds around him were all about. Wind and thunder, old boards creaking, shutters banging. And if this was a haunted house, well, he was in for a good night's rest. He looked around for a room. He was tired. It was very late. He found a bedroom and an old bed. He closed the shutters, pulled down the covers, put the pistol under his pillow, and, humming to himself, got ready for bed. In spite of the wind and the rain, it was a warm night. The sounds kept the man awake, and he tossed and turned, and, in spite of himself, he waited for ghosts. But there was nothing. A storm passed, and the moon came out. The moonlight came in through the shutters. Too nice a night for ghosts, he thought. But was it? At the foot of the bed, shining in the moonlight, the man saw two eyes staring at him. They didn't move. They just kept looking. The man was very still. All he could see were those eyes staring. Carefully he reached out, and his hand found the pistol. Ghost, or whatever it was, he was going to find out. He was frightened, and the eyes kept staring. Quietly, very quietly, he raised the pistol. Carefully, very carefully, he aimed at those eyes. Holding his breath, and the eyes stopped staring. The poor, scared man seeing the moonlight reflected from his toenails, shot off his own big toe.